tense scene in Baltimore. A group of Maryland lawmakers say they were blocked from entering an ICE detention facility during an official oversight visit. They planned to inspect conditions and speak with detainees, but Congressman Glenn Ivey says they were denied access. And joining Capitol Review is Congressman Glenn Ivey. He's one of the lawmakers denied access to that facility. Congressman, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
We're always glad to have you. What was the main focus of your visit?
Well, we've been getting reports from people who had been detained there that the facility was substandard. People weren't, getting access to food that they needed, medical attention, having to sleep on floors. Just, not the way it's supposed to work under any kind of circumstance, even for prisoners. So we wanted to go and take a look. Plus, the overall effort that ICE is putting together, I think is, there's a big overreach. They're taking in people who, basically, if you're Latino and you're a certain age, you're at risk of getting detained. And so we wanted to make sure we had a chance to go look at what's going on there, conduct our congressionally mandated oversight responsibilities, and make sure that the American tax dollars are being spent in the appropriate way.
Congressman, do lawmakers, especially members of the House and Senate, have a right to visit a facility like that?
Absolutely. There's a law that's in place that says that explicitly for ICE facilities. And, there's a constitutional piece as well. Congress controls the power of the purse. And part of that is, as I mentioned a moment ago, making sure that the dollars are being spent wisely and appropriately. And the only way to do that is to go conduct oversight. You've got to go look and make sure for yourself that it's being done correctly.
Well, Congressman, you have the right to oversight, yet the head of ICE and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem both notified that you were coming, but you were turned away. What message does that send?
Well, it's illegal. The Trump administration's been engaging in a number of illegal activities, especially on this immigration front. We've got Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who was deported illegally, and, the Trump administration's been fighting that tooth and nail. We've got a pastor from the Eastern Shore who was picked up, and he was held in that facility in Baltimore before he was shipped off to Louisiana. And they're trying not to give them their day in court, which the Supreme Court said they're supposed to get. So, sadly, it's another, version of the same story that the Trump administration's undertaking. But we're going to keep fighting and make sure that they follow the rule of law just like everybody else, and people get their day in court as the Supreme Court has mandated.
Congressman, are you and the other members of that delegation, are you going to try and go back again?
Yeah, we may. And a lawsuit's been filed actually already by House Democrats, not just focusing on one facility, but facilities across the country, because a number of House Democrats have been denied access to these ICE facilities in Florida and New York and across the country. And it's clearly illegal. And so we're going to have to force them to do what they're supposed to do by taking them to court. And we'll continue to push on the congressional front as well.
When you talk about continuing the push, quickly, Congressman, what can the minority in Congress do to push back against these efforts?
Well, some of it's what we just were doing, making sure that we go, making sure that we really sound off in public so that the public knows that the Trump administration isn't doing what it's supposed to do or following the law. Part of it's the appropriations process, which is still underway. Again, you're right. The Republicans control the majority. But, I think there may be some Republicans, certainly in the Senate side, who want to have access for oversight options and efforts as well. So we'll see how it goes, but we'll keep pushing on all fronts and see which one we break through on first.
Congressman Glenn Ivey, thank you so very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.